topic that, whether you like it or not, it's just like taxes. You have to face it one day or the other. A topic that is easy to just try to hide away from it because it takes a lot. It takes a man, it takes a woman to look into the mirror and face the man or the woman in that mirror. When we read the portion in the book of James, James was a man of God that in the toughest time he sits down and he writes certain things. When he writes the portion of the word that we read, it was in a time that the church was going through hell and it was going crazy. The church, the first church, which was located in Jerusalem, was being persecuted. And people were being killed left and right, and the church had to run away from everybody. And everybody dispersed throughout the different cities because they were being persecuted. They were scared. They were tired. They were just gasping for air just to stay alive one day. Like many people here that are you're just going day by day now because it's so tough. You're just praying to God that you make it tonight and you're not even thinking about tomorrow yet because tomorrow you don't know what's going to happen. And then these people were scared. They were in that predicament. And James, seeing all this taking place, being part of this that is taking place, he feels compelled to speak to them. He feels compelled to write a letter to them. And so he writes James and he tells them, I have got to encourage you. And he starts to write and he tells them two things. He says, it is only through genuine faith that you are going to make it through. You have got to stay believing in the Lord. He tells them that. And then the second thing he tells them is this. He says you have got to face the man in the mirror, because if you don't face the man in the mirror, it doesn't matter where you run to. If you don't face the man in the mirror, change is not going to take place. You can talk and do 1,000 things, but if you do not face that person in the mirror, if you don't face yourself, things are not going to change. He continues speaking to them. And he explains to them that there will be struggles, that there will be temptation, but when you face the man in the mirror, then you learn to know where you stand in the midst of those struggles, where